The secret to living your best life is mastering your ability to find and create joy. My name is Anu Deo. This is one of the videos in my 25-day Get Your Life Together series where I help you figure out how to get your life together. In this video, I am going to give you many tips and tricks on how to live and create your happiest life. Let's get started. So you're probably wondering why I'm qualified to be talking about this. Well, I'll tell you a little bit about my backstory. Maybe like 2 years ago now, I was really depressed, and I didn't know it at the time, but I was depressed and I was very anxious. You know, I didn't have many deep connections with friends. I was stressed out all the time. I was pre-med in biomedical science master's program, which, if you know, is insane. I was just not my happiest self. Skip to now, I am living my best life, my happiest life. I have a genuinely amazing job that I love and I feel so fulfilled doing. I am so close and so connected with my friends. I feel like I'm doing what I've always meant to be doing, and I'm truly the happiest I've ever been. So in this video, I'm gonna tell you exactly what I've figured out in order to get me to this place, and what you need to do to get yourself to your happiest place and to really live your best life. Okay, so I'm really just gonna focus on 6 different things. They are creativity and self-expression, relationships, nature, hobbies, and spirituality and reflection. Okay, starting off with creativity and self-expression. These are things like art, music, writing, cooking, and other things like that allows you to really get your emotions out and express what you're feeling inside. This creates joy because it really allows you to build on the person that you are and really just get your feelings out. Having a medium like writing or cooking or music is so essential for your joy because it allows you to talk about your feelings without talking about it. You know what I mean? So my tip with this is to really go out of your way to put some effort into it. So what I mean by that is to really just sit and think about what has made you feel like you have really enjoyed yourself. What has made you feel like you are really happy doing it without really getting like a monetary or benefit in that way? So my example for this is me working on my bujo or my bullet journal. I have had a bullet journal for like, I don't even know, like maybe 6, 7, 8 years now, like a really long time consecutively. Right now, I just got a Filofax journal. If you know anything about bullet journals, they're like really expensive, and it's kind of crazy that I have one because I probably would have never bought it for myself, but I got it as a gift from my boyfriend, and it's just so fun. I'll put a video in here of me using it, but it's really been a way for me to get my feelings out and just be my artistic self while also being productive, which are my 2 favorite things. I tend to stick to things that are close to productivity because I know that that's truly what makes me happy. That's why I would recommend you looking into things that you know have sparked your interest before. A way to figure that out, I think, would be maybe looking into the things that you watch online, or you know, the YouTube videos that spark your interest, or the things that you see on TikTok that are like that you tend to click on. I find that those things are the things that you would probably enjoy if you were to go and try to do it yourself. Okay, the next category is relationships. Oh my god, I always talk about this in my videos, in my previous videos, but I'm telling you, relationships are really, really high on the priority list for finding joy. And I'm talking about relationships with the people that you really care about and that make you feel good. This can include your partner or your friends or family, just anyone really that you turn to have a good time. So for this, I would say just really put some effort and time into your relationships, because being social really helps you feel supported. It allows you to like have a good laugh, and it really makes you feel connected with the world. I think as a human, as a person of this earth, it is so essential to have a sense of belonging and to feel like you're a part of the community, and building your relationships and creating these deep connections is essential in that. You know, I have found in my life that my happiest moments have been with the people that I really care about. There's really nothing better than feeling like you have your people. So my tip for this category is to really cherish the relationships that you have and find time, because I know time is such a big deal. I would say find time to incorporate your relationships into the normal things that you do. For example, for myself, I absolutely love going out to eat, and that is my favorite thing to do with Ryan, my partner. We love going out to eat, we love trying new things, and it's really always just a good time. I also do this with my close friends who are also foodies. I like going out to eat so much because it allows you to really just focus on the person in front of you, and it's really not something that's so passive. Like, you really have to sit there and talk about your life or talk about your thoughts or your feelings. I think that's so valuable in creating that connection in order for you to have joy. So another way that I have incorporated this category into my life, or prioritized relationships in my life, is I have weekly meetings with my friends in multiple different ways actually. The first one is I am a part of a book club. I started this book club because I love reading, and like I said earlier, it's really important it's really helpful to add these things into your normal life. So yeah, since I love reading so much, I figured why not do this with people I really like spending time with. So that's when I asked all my closest girlfriends to be in my book club. I am missing a few of my girlfriends, but that's because of time restraints and stuff. But anyway, yeah, I started this book club with my closest girlfriends, and it's been so fun. Like, every week we meet once a week. We actually meet on FaceTime, so it's even more easy and doable. We meet and we talk about the chapters that we've read, and we really just catch up and have a good time. And then once a month, we meet in person. We go out, we have dinner, and then we go to like a cocktail bar or lounge and just talk about our book and talk about our lives and just hang out. It's been so fun and so rewarding to do something that I really enjoy. It sounds like they enjoy it as well, but I know that I enjoy it definitely. Spending this quality time with my friends, it's just been so nice. Oh, here's a video of us at a cocktail bar. You can see there are books on the tables. It was really cute. Okay, so that's the first way I meet up with my friends, and I do this through adding it into my normal things that I do. The second way is I have this thing called a productivity meeting with my best friend Katie. Here's a picture of us. Every Monday we wake up at 6 a.m. Well, this is for her, it's after work. For me, I wake up early. We do this at 6 a.m. every Monday. We meet up and we talk about our priorities for the week, and then we talk about what we did the week before, like if we got our things done, how we feel about it, what we're looking forward to. And it's so nice because I do this anyway. I always think about my priorities and, you know, the good and bad of each week, because that is really the most efficient way to get stuff done. So since I have to do that anyway, doing this with my friend and just catching up and just choosing a time to catch up and like sit down and meet, oh my gosh, it's so nice. It's so rewarding. It's just a really good time. And like I said before, I am a productivity girl. This is another one of those ways that I mix productivity with my relationships, because I would do it anyway. Why not have fun? So yeah, those are 2 ways that I've done it, and I absolutely love how I've incorporated relationship time or friend time in my life, and it truly has made a difference in my everyday life, in my everyday happiness. I definitely recommend you guys doing something like that, or looking into how you can just really add some time to spend quality time with your people. The last thing that I have to say about that is, because I schedule these things with my friends beforehand and we have it to be recurring, it kind of forces me to do these things. And of course, not that I don't want to do it, but the fact that it's already set in place, it makes sure that I have this joy in my life, that I am not so busy with my work or with doing this that I don't prioritize the things that really bring me joy, if that makes sense. Okay, the next is nature. So with this, I mean going to parks, hiking, gardening, working on your plants, or even just going outside for a walk if you're not close to anything green. Thinking about this, why does it bring joy? Well, I feel like nature and being outside really offers a sense of peace. It gives you fresh air and it gives you a change of scenery, and it allows you to step out of your comfort and do the things that I feel like as humans as well, we were meant to be outside and we were meant to be connected with the world, and that is a good way to do that. It allows you to get out of your space and just take your brain off for a second and have some really good outside time. So a tip for this would be to go online and look up your closest park or the closest free place that you can go to that offers nature or the forest, or really even just scheduling some time to just walk outside around the block. Some examples of this in my life: I really enjoy going on hikes and going on walks with Ryan. Sometimes it just feels so good to have to like climb over some big branches and be in some really good fresh air, to see the greenery around you, to really take in the natural surroundings of where you are. Something that we like to do when we are on hikes and walks is being really mindful of the things around us. What I mean by that is, I really like to look at all of the plants or the little animals or the insects that we see. I know you guys have seen those little chipmunks with the stripes on their back. So cute. It's just looking at those little things and noticing the very small details of the world, especially in nature. It really allows you to take in the natural joys of the world. And being able to be mindful of those little things really allows you to appreciate the world. I think that truly allows you to have joy. Another thing that I like to do regarding nature is I love my plants. I have been into plants for a really long time, and now I have less plants because of my kitty, but because she loves digging in them. Over the years, my plants have been a really great source of happiness for me, because, you know, it's just so nice to see them doing well and growing, and knowing that you put your care and love into these living things and then they just grow, and I don't know, it just makes me happy. I feel like if you haven't been into plants before or any type of gardening, maybe you should look into it if this sounds interesting. The last thing, being mindful in nature definitely makes the experience 10 times better. So when you do go out on the hikes or on your walks, really try to take in the little things around you. Like, look at the leaves, look at the way that the branches are slanted, or the way that the sun peeks through. It really allows you to be present and feel good with what's around you. Okay, next is hobbies. I guess the first one, expressing yourself, does include hobbies, but with this, I mean things like taking a class, reading, doing sports. skills and really just learning, like learning and adding things to your skill set. When you're learning and mastering new skills, it allows you to really build your sense of confidence, which allows you to feel fulfilled as a person. This feeling of feeling fulfilled and having this sense of accomplishment in your life when you do things like learning a new sport or reading a good book or taking a cooking class, for example. This brings joy in your life because it allows you to really add to the person that you are. So for this one, my tip would be kind of similar to the first self-expression that I was talking about, is really to see what piques your interest. So you can think about the people that you follow or the things that you watch. Once again, those things really bring you to find your interest, and then think about how you can incorporate that into your life. What can you learn in this thing that you feel like you have some interest in? How can you learn more about it, or how could you do it yourself? So for me, I have always loved and been interested in sports, but I don't know why. I've never really put too much effort into it. But I do have to say, there is something about the feeling of being competitive and working towards getting, mastering the sport or getting the goal. There's something about those feelings that make you happy and make you feel, once again, fulfilled in your life. So for me personally, during COVID actually, I would go outside every day with my brother and we would play tennis. It wasn't really real tennis, we were just like hitting the ball back and forth, but I would say that was definitely one of the best times of my life. Like, of course, during COVID, it was really hard. And I think the hardest part was not having the ability to be social and having this thing every day where I would go outside with my brother and just hit the ball back and forth. We were adding some movement into my day while also just bonding with my brother. I feel like that definitely was some of the best days of my life. Well, after COVID, I ended up moving to the city, from Long Island to the city, to New York City, and I didn't live with my brother anymore, so that was sad. But then I realized that I did have such a good time playing tennis with him, so we set up this thing where we would meet halfway at some like random gym and we played racquetball. That is another time of my life that I truly really enjoyed. So yeah, doing that hobby and spending that time with my brother, it was just so fun and so fulfilling. I can't wait till we do it again. Raja, if you're watching this, what are we waiting for? Okay, so another hobby of mine is template making. This is another way, once again, that I incorporate my love of productivity with a hobby and just doing something fun. It's actually crazy because I was pre-med at one point, and I remember when I was like studying nonstop, I really just wished and was kind of jealous of the people that had the time to do things like go online and go on Canva and make templates and create their own planners and work on their bujos and do things in that way. So this was definitely a reason why I stopped being pre-med. I found that I loved creating templates so much. It was just so fun. I guess a lesson that I learned in this is really just follow your heart and follow what makes you happy, because that's what having a joyful life is about. Going to the things that you find that you really like. So yeah, that was one of the best decisions I've ever made, stopping being pre-med and choosing to do things that I really enjoyed, like making the templates that I've now created a business around. Yes, my point was hobbies. Do hobbies. Find the things that you have some sort of interest in and go fully into it. Okay, my last thing here is spirituality and reflection. So with this, I mean things like manifestation, reading, journaling, learning about the world, religion, and really just thinking about life's meaning. I feel like this is really important for your joy and creating joy in your life because it allows you to, first of all, build a connection with the world and the people around you. And then also it opens up your mind to think about how you want to move in the world and what you really truly want for yourself. Okay, so my biggest tip for this one is reading. My mindset has been changed so many times by just opening a book and reading. Listening to the way that other people think and the way that other people do things, it just opens up your mind to different worlds and different ideas. And once your mind is really opened up to these new things, it allows you to be more understanding of the people around you, and it really allows you to just be happier about things in general. So I really want to do a video on all of the great books that have changed my life, but I think one that really opened my mind to think in a different way is The Secret by Rhonda Byrne. I think that's how you pronounce it. Reading this book, after I read it, I felt like I can really do anything I want. If I can think of it, then it can happen. I feel like that thought really allows me to see the world in a different light and be excited. After reading that book, I was just excited to know that I really can do whatever I want to do. Whatever I put my mind to, I can do. Guys, I really want that for you. I feel like if you were to read these books that I've read and feel the way that I feel, your life would be changed so much for the better. I really recommend reading The Secret. I recommend reading Good Vibes, Good Life by Bex King, another one of my absolute favorites. I literally gifted this book like 4 times already because it's that good and I feel like everyone should read it. That one opened my mind to think about how life is about energies and you can choose to be happy. You can choose to keep goodness around you. And after reading that book, I feel like that was something that made me realize how much joy, having joy in your life is important. I definitely recommend that you read these books because you'll see what I mean by they kind of like persuade you to think in a certain way, which allows you to keep yourself open to being happy. Okay, the very last thing is gratitude and mindfulness. So what I mean by this is things like having a gratitude journal where you say what you enjoy every day, where you talk about what you're grateful for, and where you're really just being thankful. It also includes being mindful of the world and just keeping your eyes open to the little things. So I feel like this is important because taking in the small joys of life and looking at the really little things in your everyday life really transforms your daily life and routines into joyful experiences. Like I said before when I was talking about my nature category, I really like doing this when I am outside and looking around at the world. I remember one of like my best experiences of my life was when I went to Disney. It really did not have to be Disney, but I went on a boat ride and I stood at the back of the boat just holding onto the railing and I was just looking down into the water. I saw the motor turning. I don't know, but you know what I mean. I noticed the boat working and doing its thing, and then I paid attention to how the water was making sounds and how it was like swooshing. I noticed that there were little ducks in the water and they were following us. I noticed the leaves and the fresh air, like the breeze blowing my hair back. At that point in my life, I was really just learning about being mindful. I was doing a 30-day mindfulness challenge where I just like went along with this guy who does mindfulness meditations with you. I was really learning how to be mindful and I just stood there on that boat using all of the skills that I've learned. I can't tell you how good that felt. Like I really enjoyed that boat ride. I can say that was one of the best times of my life. And it was not like anything crazy. It was like just a regular boat ride. My point is, being mindful changes your regular day things into really great experiences. If you don't really know much about mindfulness, I would definitely recommend just like Google searching how to be mindful and just trying it for maybe like 3 minutes a day. It allows you to be grateful for the small things in your life, and that can be a really great source of joy. So if you like this video, this is a part of my 25-day series where I teach you how to get your life together and really how to live your best life. If you're interested in learning more about my series, you can watch this video where I explain it in like 5 minutes, all of the things that I will be talking about in the entire series. But yeah, I love you guys so much. I hope you find all of the joy in your life and use some of these tips that I talked about. Yeah, subscribe and like and comment below some of the things that you do that you find joy in. Okay, bye.